Hey guys, I'm Sage Valentine and I'm back here to review another episode of CBS's Big Brother, Season 20, episode number 8. So let's get down to it. Here's the thing. I am not surprised that Swaggy was voted out. I figured that he was going to be one of the first people to be voted out of the house. Honestly, I think what really did him in had to be that conversation that he had regarding himself having sex with Bailey, which people were debating about on social media for quite a few times, and I think it probably rubbed a few of the house guests the wrong way, some of the people who would have voted for him. But keep in mind, in case you don't know, which you probably don't if you don't have the feeds, is that Scotty had already flipped. I believe it was a day ago. He said he was not keeping Swaggy. So the fact that he won HOH, I predicted it as it came down to Scotty and Rachel. I was like, you know what? I think Scotty's going to win this. And Rachel was sitting there writing and writing and writing. I'm like, how many numbers is she writing on that little chalkboard? Like, what type of mathematics is she doing? But either way, now Scotty is the HOH and Swaggy is gone from the Big Brother house. Now there's been some speculation as to whether or not there will be a buyback competition coming soon. I don't know, honestly. And this season of Big Brother is extremely unpredictable, and I find it hilarious that the whole Big Brother app store is ending this week. I figured that it would last pretty long, but maybe there's another big twist coming soon. I don't know. But let me know what you thought about tonight's episode, the eviction, and Scotty becoming HOH. Who do you think he's going to nominate? Me personally, I think that more than likely he will take out somebody from Falte since he flipped. But then I don't know. It depends on where Scotty's head is at. But let's get down to this review. So pretty much Tyler was excited that Swaggy C was put up as the replacement nominee. He said that Swaggy was an alpha male and he will do what he can to stay. And it was pretty funny hearing him say this, considering that Tyler's basically doing all that he can to stay in the house. Caitlyn says that Falte is dead and she had to do what was best for her game. Again, I think that move that she made in backdooring Swaggy was stupid. There are so many other big targets that are going to be hard to get rid of down the road. But I feel like Caitlyn, once again, I'm saying this again, made this move to prove something to herself regarding something that probably had nothing to do with the game, because the more that she talked about her reasons as to why she nominated Swaggy, it had nothing to do with Swaggy. And although Big Brother showed the conversation between Swaggy and Tyler and Caitlyn, that conversation is a lot longer, and Swaggy calls out every lie that was told about him. And it leaves Caitlyn scrambling. And then at one point, Caitlyn and Tyler had it out. I believe it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday they were fighting. Winston is so happy that Swaggy is on the block. Scotty is happy that he is safe. Chris said it's not guaranteed that he's going home. But as I watched that, I was saying to myself, yeah, it definitely is guaranteed that you're going home. Because even if your alliance members decide to keep you, you're still going home, because level 6 is bloated like a tick at this point. And as you can see, the lines were drawn pretty clearly in the house after this vote tonight. Caitlyn had her little pity party where she cried about making a decision and all this other stuff. She claimed she took a risk. She followed her heart and her gut. Really, she followed what Tyler was saying, because he was able to convince her to target Swaggy by telling her the lie that he told her. Yes, Swaggy was talking behind her back, but he was not trying to target her. That all came from Tyler. So as I believe she was in the room with Tyler, JC, and Winston, they were trying to comfort her. Here comes Bailey, who comes to hug Caitlyn, who is extremely emotional. Bailey says she had to be nice, nasty, and she didn't want to do it. Hell, a lot of people in Big Brother never seem to want to be nice to the HOH, but they have to do it to stay in the game. Bailey talks to Caitlyn and kind of asks her, why didn't you talk to Swaggy? And she claims she couldn't talk to him. She had no choice. Really, this edit, all it does for Caitlyn is try to make her look sympathetic. But really, the reason why she could not speak alone with Bailey and with Swaggy C is because she feared for her safety, and she feared that they would attack her, and Tyler feared that they would change her mind. And I do think with that conversation that she had with Chris, he would have changed her mind if Tyler had not been in that room. So Rockstar and the rest of Falte said that they all needed to strategize, and Chris starts calculating what he's going to do. Rockstar said that Tyler did this, which is probably, on a side note, the reason why Rockstar at this point is considered a target. And don't be surprised if she's nominated this week. Chris said that he was going to try to appeal to Caitlyn's emotions. Winston was nervous by being on the block, but he said that he felt confident. Casey said that level 6 obviously wanted to keep Winston, but they need another vote. On the side note, as far as Casey's gameplay, her nickname on social media is IKEA Furniture. She's called a floater. She's called all different names because really she's going along with level 6. But she's kind of at the bottom because she joined late. Really, the key component of level 6 is Winston, Brett, Angela, and Rachel. Tyler joined later, so I'm not sure if he's a key component. But then Tyler has kind of branched off and done his own thing. So let me know what you think about Tyler's position in level 6. I see him as a powerful player, but really he's not a part of the beginning 4. So maybe he's like a branch off of level 6. Anyway, Faisal comes to talk to Caitlyn. He said he was shocked. He was upset that she blindsided him, and he asked her, was that really a good game move? I'm saying nope. Caitlyn's still emotional. Faisal tells Caitlyn that this was a really bold-ass move, and he really doesn't know if he can trust her. Honestly, I don't think he can trust her. So, Chris, a.k.a. Swaggy C, talks to Caitlyn. He says that she was lied to, and of course, as I said before, Tyler was present during this conversation. He swears that he would not go after her. He tells her that he really likes Bailey, and in the original conversation, he went on and on and on about their showmance. So if they needed another final reason to really clinch this whole backdoor plan, that was it. Chris continued talking about his showmance with Bailey, and I kept kind of looking at the feeds like, all right, Chris, stop. Just stop talking because you're kind of making it worse. And at the same time, I don't know if you realize it, but you're putting Bailey's gameplay in jeopardy. But as Chris said, he wanted to pull on Caitlyn's heartstrings. Tyler said once Swaggy leaves that they have to look out for themselves, but really he means himself because he really honestly doesn't care about Caitlyn that much. And watch, now that Scotty is HOH, Tyler will be in his ear from the jump. He'll be in that HOH room talking to him, probably trying to convince him to get rid of Bailey or get rid of Faisal or something to that effect. So Chris tells Sam that he's hurt He says that he has to hide his pain. He talks about his childhood, and Sam feels heartbroken for him. Big Brother in this episode gave us this impression as though Sam was going to possibly use her new power on him. Especially when Sam in the diary room says she wondered if she should save him. I'm just like, no. He's kind of a lost cause, and really down the line Sam is going to need that power. But on the flip side, that's a pretty hard decision to make. So we get down to the voting. Chris's final words was that he wanted to stay so he could keep them safe, and he says that we're all here to play a game, and he did this really long speech that was reminiscent to Taraji P. Henson's Golden Globe speech, in that he told Julie Chen don't cut him off yet because he had a little bit more to say. Winston just basically kind of talked about enjoying his time in the house. So we get down to the voting. Brett, Casey, and Tyler voted to evict Chris. For some reason, Casey threw shade at Chris by calling him not so swaggy. See, I don't know what her issue is with Swaggy C. So I was kind of confused by that. Like, what? I never saw them have bad blood, so I don't understand what that was about. Meanwhile, Bailey voted to kick out Winston. And then Big Brother decided to have a commercial break. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to wait. Like, guys, just continue it so we can get this over with. And then when they came back from commercial, Scotty, JC, Angela, and Sam voted to evict Chris, while Rockstar, Haley, Faisal all voted to evict Winston. And in a vote of 8-4, Chris was evicted. And as he was leaving, he said goodbye to Bailey. He said goodbye to Rockstar. He said goodbye to Faisal. And he hugged Scotty goodbye. But at that time, he didn't know that Scotty was the one that flipped. And Julie Chen, when he came out of the house, sure didn't tell him. I didn't think that she would. And then he pretty much kind of did like this to everybody else in the house. So when he got to his interview with Julie Chen, Julie called him a super fan and confident. Swaggy said that everybody in the house is soft. Someone in that house has the gift for gab. You can't trust anybody in that house. He learned that Haley voted to keep him, and he really was shocked by that, considering that it seemed like for many of the feed watchers that Haley had flipped. I was trying to figure out if she flipped or not, because it seemed like Haley was chilling a little bit more with level 6. But clearly her allegiance is still with Fauteuil. Julie showed us Swaggy C's audition tape, and basically we saw him talk about his strategy and how going into the Big Brother house, he didn't want to be that person calling shots, kind of the center of attention. And he knew that the winners came from the middle of the house. But apparently he did not take his own advice. And he said his showmance on day 6 only made it worse. Showmances always make it worse on Big Brother. No matter how they blossom or die outside of the house, in the house, they make the showmancer and the showmancy public enemy number 1. So level 6 is pretty much bloated like a tick, because they have quite a few people added on to that one alliance. And you know already that Sam, JC, Casey, and Scotty are all at the bottom of that, and each one of them will be picked off in due time, unless of course they finally put the pedal to the metal and really start playing the game. Well, Scotty is the HOH now, so Scotty is safe for the week, but the rest of them better figure something out, because once that alliance is able to get rid of the members of Fauteuil, they're going to turn on themselves and start at the bottom. So Chris was able to see some goodbye messages. He saw Faisal's message. Faisal said that he was his boy and he wished he could have done more to save Chris. Caitlin's message, I was more focused on the fact that he wouldn't even look at her as she was talking something about spirituality or some type of mess. And then when Tyler was talking about how he and Chris were bros and he basically revealed what he did, Chris wouldn't look at him. And I'm sure some people on social media are just like, oh, he's a sore loser. No, I honestly am kind of happy that he did that, because it annoys me when people make it to the end and they're sitting across from Julie and they have to kind of put on a fake smile, and sometimes your face betrays you, but pretty much Swaggy was pissed. I figured he would be pissed, but then again, I also knew that he wouldn't last long in the game, so there's that. And Bailey's message was really emotional, and she is very grateful for Big Brother bringing them together. And Chris revealed to Julie Chen that he really loves Bailey. And then he basically called Tyler a fool because he fell in love with a girl that has a boyfriend. He's talking about Caitlyn, and no, Caitlyn doesn't have a boyfriend anymore. Her boyfriend went bye-bye because apparently he pulled his non-disclosure agreement or some document that made it okay for Caitlyn to mention his name, so now she can't even talk about him. And honestly, I strive to be that level of petty, and it's about time that somebody sat in that chair next to Julie Chen and really revealed how they were feeling, because everybody that plays Big Brother can't be all smiley and happy about being voted out, especially the people who are blindsided. So I was really enjoying Swaggy just kind of laying it all out. Well, now Scotty is the new HOH. I know Tyler's going to be in that room trying to get all in his ear, trying to convince him to vote against his fellow Faute members. At this moment, I don't know where his head is at. Even though he voted against Chris, still, we don't know what he's going to do, who he's going to vote for. It is what it is. Let me know what you thought about this episode and where you think Scotty's head is at and who do you think he's going to nominate. That's about it, guys. Love you all. Take care. I'll be back on Sunday to review. I'll be back on Wednesday to review. Thursday, July 19th, I will not be posting a review because I will not be home, but I will post my review on Friday the 20th. You all take care. I love you guys. Bye, guys. Bye.